Well, hey guys, lots of questions from the two videos I sent out yesterday. It's exciting to see you guys doing your homework. As I explained in previous videos, I spend the middle of the day trying to listen to stuff, whether it's podcasts or YouTube videos or reading stuff, trying to learn more for the benefit of you guys and myself. But also, I wanted to say that the other way that I get my information is from you guys. You guys send me information all the time. And what's cool is you guys have learned what credible resources are. And just remember, there are so many, like even like things like the New York Times. Guys, believe it or not, the New York Times is a very biased newspaper. And you'll see in many times in my videos, I have disproven much of what they are saying in articles, or they're only giving one part of the research and literally missing an entire body of information. Same thing on TV, Dr. Oz, a bunch of nonsense. And I've put out videos just explicitly showing you how and why this guy is out of his mind. Like, just because they're addressing information in a way that is biased, and it's for particular reasons. And if you start to understand, well, why is it that they're addressing this way and that way and saying this but not that, the more you learn, the better you'll understand what's going on. And if you want, maybe what I'll do one day is sit in front of one of these YouTube videos. We'll take somebody with over 1 million subscribers, a doctor, and I will meticulously pause the video, show you what they're saying is absolutely nonsense based on what we know specifically from science, what we know for a fact. And you may say, how do they get away with it, Tom? Well, you'll see. I'll do that one day. I promise. In fact, I'll do it this weekend. That's what we'll do. So we'll get to first question. Tea. I want to stop drinking coffee in the morning and to get away from dairy consumption. And I'm thinking green tea. Is green tea better than matcha, or should I use matcha? A couple things. I'm not saying you can't drink coffee. I'm just reminding everybody that it's best to space out your coffee between meals, because the tannins in coffee will inhibit lots of nutrient absorption. Also, caffeine can interfere with certain vitamin metabolism, but I'm not telling you to not drink coffee. Just ideally you have it, 30 minutes after you eat. So you can put it into like one of those cups that keep your coffee warm. That's what I do. And in the middle of the afternoon, it's a nice little snack. By the way, look, I'm having my mid-afternoon snack right now, my coffee with ghee in it and a little bit of no guar coconut milk. You guys, if you look in the UTC manual, you'll actually see I did a whole entire page. In fact, I think it might be 2 pages on matcha and its benefits. So I'm a big fan of matcha. Just kind of look through the UTC manual and you'll see that I'm a big fan of matcha. And in there, you'll see all of the benefits of matcha. And it's expensive, but it has a lot of really nice benefits for your body. Okay, but again, I'm not telling you that you can't drink coffee. And when this person says dairy, I'm assuming they mean milk. So yes, it's a good idea to do away with the milk. But if you try the no guar coconut cream, it's actually pretty good. And I'm not telling you that you can't have a good organic butter or ghee in your coffee. In fact, for some of you, I encourage it, especially if you have gut issues going on. Another question had to do with the amount of carbs that I eat in a day. Some people feel like I eat a lot of carbs. So guys, I did a whole thing, last 40-day challenge, regarding the importance of protein and what to focus on when it comes to weight loss. Okay, so the whole context was weight loss, protein, fiber. We talked about these things. But guys, you got to remember that I'm somebody who trains a very particular way. I have very particular goals. I want to be able to bench press this much weight, squat this much weight, deadlift this much weight. Carbs have both a protein sparing effect in the body, meaning that you can actually get away with eating less protein if you have carbs. And it also has, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a sports performing benefit. So meaning if you're trying to do a ketogenic diet and do bodybuilding type workouts, powerlifter type workouts, where you're doing heavy weight, lots of volume, you are going to be at a disadvantage. So if you want to understand why that is, believe it or not, it's pretty complicated. It has to do with a lot of systems in the body and how your body goes about doing that protein sparing effect. I could send you a video. I think it's probably close to an hour long, but it explains those pathways, how it works, and but you can learn for yourself. But it's very very detail oriented. Okay, so here are the questions about the videos I sent yesterday. Do you basically asking me, do I agree with Dr. Stephanie Seneff when she talks about sulfate in the context of cholesterol? So guys, the cool thing about Stephanie Seneff, so you hear her talk about glyphosate and all these things. You guys know that I've been talking about glyphosate and pesticides, herbicides, fungicides since 2008. Stephanie Seneff started to publish articles after that. So she is a PhD from MIT. Ironically, she's actually a PhD in computer sciences from MIT. She has a degree in biology. She really stopped what she was doing because she was so disturbed what was going on with children and autism. She wanted to understand what the heck is happening here. And it led her down a big rabbit hole. This woman is absolutely brilliant. But she published dozens of articles, PubMed peer-reviewed articles that you can access on glyphosate and what's happening there. She also did things on sunlight and sulfur. So if you read those for yourself, or if you just peruse, the information, you'll see that it's penetrating evidence that she's giving. If you just kind of skim it for yourself, you'll get an idea. But if you really go in deep and see exactly what she's talking about, it's pretty understandable. It's not like highfalutin science language that she's using for the most part. It's pretty followable research. She makes a very strong case about about sulfate in cholesterol and how and why that's the real problem with heart disease. Fascinating stuff. But again, it goes back to the sunlight. And when you get sunlight exposure, you see that deaths lower. You saw that chart in the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. When people die, they die more in the winter than when it's less light, they die more, basically. Okay, and then you see in the equator, it tends to be very level. So you see these extremes. So sunlight has a lot to do with it. And then you heard all the other stuff on both ends from both videos that I sent. I sent two different videos, one talking a lot about UVA, the other one talking about UVB. Dr. Seneff actually doesn't even remember what spectrum she was talking about, but it was UVB. Trust me, it's UVB that she's trying to get to that has this effect on sulfating cholesterol. All right. And then the other one, UVA, has a lot to do with the nitric oxide release, which was in the other video. All right. The video is getting a little long, so let me stop here. I want it to be digestible information. I'll do more tomorrow. I'll even take a video for you guys, break it down. I'll take a doctor that has at least 1 million subscribers, and I will meticulously break it down. And then I'll do another doctor if you want, and another one. And I'm going to show you guys how and why this is happening. And then I'll show you for yourself, like firsthand, undeniable. This is nonsense. But there's a reason why, guys, and I'll give you a hint. They're selling you something. All right, guys, have a good rest of the day.